As the police lights pierced the warehouse and dozens of gun barrels were aimed at Clay, the man calmly stripped off his clothes, stood naked, and raised his hands high. What seemed like a Funkong act was actually a calculated move. He was using the legal provision of preventing violent law enforcement to build his first line of defense. Everyone thought the arrest was the end, but little did they know it was just the opening salvo in his declaration of war against the entire judicial system. In the interrogation room, Nick tried to coerce him into confessing. Clay's lips curled into a playful smile. When asked, "Did you murder Darby?" he replied calmly, "I did hope he died." When asked about the death row inmate, he nodded and admitted that guy deserved to go to hell. The seemingly irrefutable confession crumbled under Clay's sudden piercing gaze. Every word was a trap, and he had never admitted to the murder.
Now you're the one who makes deals with murderers, yeah? So I've come to make mine. I will give you a confession, a real confession.
To bring this dangerous criminal to justice, he struck a deal with the criminal, swapping the prison cell for a soft mattress. However, on the day of the trial, Clay tore up the confession agreement and applied for parole on the grounds of being a first-time offender. The prosecution scoured the evidence chain, but couldn't produce a single decent piece of physical evidence. What was even more shocking was that this self-defending suspect quoted legal provisions at will, leaving the prosecutor speechless and even the judge nodding in agreement. Just as everyone thought Clay would walk out of the courtroom triumphant, he suddenly turned to the bench and unleashed a decade of pent-up anger at the judge. 10 years ago, you condoned the beast who raped and murdered my wife and daughter. Are you going to repeat the same mistake today? This outburst led to the parole application being rejected on the spot, but the slight smile on his lips revealed his true intentions. This courtroom disturbance was all part of his carefully planned next move.